to A Week in Awards 2017, and I have with me the group and poet who actually kick-started this festival this year, which is very exciting. We have Kate Innes.
Hello.
And Whalebone.
Hello.
Hello. Do you guys want to start just by introducing yourselves to us and what instrument you play?
Okay, I'm Steve and I play guitar.
I'm Charlotte and I also play guitar.
I'm Sarah and I play the violin.
So you've come here today in particular for a collaboration project known as Flocks of Words.
That's right.
So how did it, just to start with, how did this partnership come about?
Well, Whalebone have been going for about a decade. Kate, you've been writing for...
A while.
A while. and we'd been sort of in orbit around each other. We had been admiring each other from a distance for a long time. And then Kate and I actually, our kids went to the same school.
Okay, so it was playground chat.
Playground chat, you know how these things happen. Well, no, I think actually we managed to bring that into the dining room over a cup of coffee. It was more...
Or a gin, maybe.
Yes, Gin might have been involved. It was more growing up than being in the playground. And we thought, well, I think we have similar preoccupations. So we wondered how the music and the words would go together, and we were just thrilled with how naturally they did.
So that leads me great on to my next question, because obviously when it comes to bands in particular and artists and that process of singing, songwriting and music making, everybody has their own style, but poems are completely different altogether. So how did that collaboration sort of work creatively?
Well, it was extraordinary because there was only one poem which I actually wrote to go with the Whalebone music. All the other ones were pre-existing, and we went through a process of matching it. It was a bit like dating, you know. I would read through my poems, and then I'd listen to the tracks, and there were a few. Yes, it was always
Your dating experience.
It's a little out of date, though, my dating experience, but yeah, and we just matched them up, and actually they were really happy together. We found out, which was great. Yeah.
Was it a case of just styles, just quite naturally entwined with this one?
Sometimes we'd get a clue from the titles, just about the subject matter, and you wouldn't think that would always work, but it almost always did for us. So there was the title poem, Flocks of Words, which goes very naturally with The Birds Are Singing by Whalebone. And now we can't imagine them not being together. It's one of those extraordinary... What's it called? A sort of Jungian approach to life, where these things are floating around in the ether and people grab them and make things out of them, and that's what seems to have happened to us. Are
you musically inclined, or was that kind of like part of the challenge?
I love music, and I used to play a very long time ago the violin. And
fantastic.
But I don't ever ask me to sing anything.
Oh, because that's great.
Not
so I was
good.
just about to. No, it's okay. No, that's great. So I kind of get the feeling that this is a partnership for the future. Going to come back with a second project. Do we know what that might be?
We don't know what it might be yet, but that's part of the fun of it, really, is that it's interesting to see. This is still a fairly new project for us, and it's developing all the time, and as it develops we get new ideas, and we're finding new ways of doing what we do and linking it together. So I think it is something for the future, but it's exciting for us because we don't know what. Excellent.
Right, okay, so obviously you guys have been working quite closely together over the last few weeks, months, etc. So I've got some quick fire questions.
That's going to work.
I think the answer's going to become obvious. It'll be fine. Okay. So I've only got a few. Who's the funniest? Who pulls the best jokes?
We're going to say Sarah.
I got to say, I think I would agree.
Okay.
Who's the grumpiest? Who tends to be the grumpiest?
That was me.
As well.
I think it depends what day it is. That's a diplomatic answer.
Is there like, oh, it's Monday, so it's, you know.
Yeah.
How much we've eaten.
Yeah. Does anybody get hangry?
Yes. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Totally, yeah.
So who was the most stubborn? Because obviously working together. Who's
Steve.
Like, my idea. Steve. I suppose as you take the lead guitar as well, I saw there with your finger picking, very clever.
Yeah.
You have to do like my idea, you know, work forward.
I don't know what to say. Ask me another one.
Who has the best music taste?
I think Shah does.
Me.
Yeah. Yeah. So what generally? Let's give us an idea. Who's like what kind of music taste do you go for?
This will sound quite bizarre, but considering we've just done a poetry gig, but Led Zeppelin mainly. But yeah, the thing is, it's very varied, all our influences, and I think varied influences are a very good thing because it all comes together, and that's when exciting things happen.
Yeah.
And that's what we found so thrilling about working with Kate. You know, music and poetry have just sparked different creativity with us, really, because you can go a bit stale, for the better of a word. We're quite insular, you know, being the three of us in a group, and having an external person to kind of bring new ideas and new sparks. It really sparks creativity. So.
Also, we've quite deliberately never had words before. We are an instrumental band.
Yes, of course.
And we've never wanted a singer, but to be able to introduce words in a different form has been fabulous.
Yes. Absolutely. I got to say, I saw you guys and I thought it was absolutely amazing. So thank you very much for kickstarting this festival. It was the best way, I think. And that's Whalebone and Kate Innes for A Week in Awares 2017.